And I think stories are powerful, and I think we all have stories, and I feel like sometimes we don't share our stories enough. I went to a conference one time, and Scott McKain, he really had a very good story when he was starting his presentation. And from that day, I said, you know what, I am going to tell my story more because it made sense to me at that point. Like it really connected to his message, and it wasn't just stats and someone just being there and telling you about his whatever accomplishment. It was he really made it emotional. He connected with the audience. And I mean, I went up to him that day and I told him, I mean, that was great. And I made a promise to myself that I would tell my story more. If you can tell from my exotic accent, I come from Ghana, West Africa. Fortunate enough to come to the US and go to school. I grew up in an orphanage. When I was 10 and my brother was 9, we went to an orphanage because my mom could not afford to take care of my brother and me. So we went to an orphanage, and during my time at the orphanage, there were times where I felt like I couldn't protect Bernard, who is my brother, and that was tough for me. You know, as the older brother, there was nothing I could do to protect him, because one time he had forgotten to make his bed and he got in trouble, and there was absolutely nothing I could do to protect him. But the interesting thing is those experiences I had at the orphanage really served me well when I actually became an adult, and I was actually trying to find my way. Growing up in an orphanage, someone is probably wondering, so how did you get to the US? How do you get to live in the US? I mean, how did that happen? I don't know, but I've always had this feeling, and I think it's a form of manifestation. I don't know what that is, but at an early age, you know, when I was in probably middle school and then junior high, I just knew I wanted to go to school in the US. I had no clue, no idea how that was going to happen. But luckily at the orphanage, we had a missionary, great guy who believed in me. Again, it's just, and again, if there's a theme, it's just the power of relationships, really. It's all about the relationships. I mean, I wouldn't be here if not for 6 people. I can literally count them on my fingers. And so knowing this, he's like, okay, how are we going to pay for it? I mean, you want to go to school in the US, but how is that going to be possible? You can do your part, and then we'll see what happens. And so I got the SAT books. I studied for them in junior high school. In Ghana, you go to school, high school boarding. So I did well in my junior high school. I got a scholarship to go to high school in Ghana. Luckily, the administrator at the high school had also gone to school in the US, so it was kind of helpful. Kind of he mentored me to kind of also know what is expected, how things are done, stuff like that. So it's kind of, it was all preparing me, not knowing, but then going to pay for school, that was ridiculous. So a great school that I'm really proud of, and it's really an honor for me. Really gave me a scholarship to be able to come to school in the US. Just for the purposes, those who know would know. But it's Oklahoma Christian University, giving me the opportunity to be able to come to school in the US, fulfilling a dream, a child growing up in an orphanage who had no hope, no understanding of what was possible, just dreaming and actually making it possible. And so just my life at the orphanage and actually being transitioned to life in the US, that's how it happened. It's just the power of relationships, manifestation, and actually putting in the work, because I still had to do my part. I still had to do my work and to ensure that if I wanted it, then I had to do my part to make it happen. Okay, adaptation was easier, I would say. Adaptation was easier because I think I had a good support system. There were systems in place to be able to get me adapted as quickly as possible. But then I still had some cultural shocks, absolutely. I remember my first time I went to Walmart or Target, one of them, and I just wanted Coke. And I got to that Coke aisle, and it was like, what? It's like I'd even forgotten what I came there for, because there were so many options that I had. Option fatigue, literally. And I think I struggle with that. Like, I like predictability and clarity. If I know I like this, I like this. If I like to wear this, I know I like to wear this. And to get there and realize, I mean, there were so many variations. I mean, Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke. I mean, there's so many Coke Zero. I mean, so many variations of it. Like, the whole aisle was just Coke product. It was like mind-boggling. I mean, I froze. So I remember that experience vividly, and that was kind of one of my main moments where I realized, oh wow, we are not in Ghana anymore. When I joined this small business over in Jacksonville, Florida, family-owned, very well operated. And I was able to kind of understand myself and understand what was really important to me and what really made me happy at the end of the day. And the owners there really understood the importance of service and experience. And so through my experience at the orphanage and understanding service and being given to and having a better understanding of all this, it kind of made me see life in a different light, see how I can help people, how I can be of service to people as much as possible. And so the owner really saw the potential in me and wanted to do his best to help me as much as possible. And he sent me to a customer service conference. I came back and I said I could help him implement it if he would invest to get me to go learn the secrets and these systems that has made some of the world, made some companies like in the world around the globe to be like the best known in service and experience. And so he did, and I came back, we were able to implement everything, charging over 40% more than the nearest competitor. We were growing revenue at least 5% each year. I mean, that was crazy. And I saw that I enjoyed doing what I did, helping employees operate at their best and love their jobs. But I think the critical moment for me, which led to me even going to Mike and saying, hey, if you invest in this, I can actually help you implement it, was one time I had an employee come to me crying because she felt she had done everything possible when it came to delivering a great service, a great experience. But then the customer complained that she had not made eye contact. And I didn't understand why. And that was what kind of motivated me to go on this journey, search to find what is the secrets really. What are the secrets to delivering a consistently great customer experience? And so learning that and knowing and understanding myself and knowing that I enjoy doing what I did for my last company, I saw that it was best to go on and help other businesses who perhaps are also struggling with the same challenges, trying to get their team on the same page when it comes to delivering a great service, an amazing experience, and to be able to help them to deliver a consistently great customer experience as much as possible. And so that's how I started. That's how Flair Consulting Group started, and we are growing. We are very, very fortunate for the tremendous support that we've had, and it's something that I am proud of, and I look forward to what the future holds for the company. Navigating the world of customer service can be very tough. I am here to make it less lonely. If you enjoy the content, please leave a comment and subscribe. And always remember to keep your head up and keep moving.